SKOL Vikings, let's win this game.
Vikings fans, get ready for major moves, shocking updates, and all eyes on Sunday. This is what you need to know right now. Minnesota is on full alert. Beyond the absence of its offensive commander, two pillars were ruled out at the last minute, and the offense will hit the field with a brand new strategy from head coach Kevin O'Connell. Meanwhile, the statement made in the Bengals' last press conference landed like a bomb, and the rivalry between the league's top receivers is set to ignite U.S. Bank Stadium with every single snap, and it doesn't stop there. The front office slammed the door shut and said no to a reinforcement many fans viewed as the solution, while a rising star with out-of-this-world speed is already putting pressure on the veterans. And there's more, with all the details about the leader of the most scrutinized position facing what could be the most important call of his career. You won't want to miss a single detail. Welcome! Show your Vikings pride with a like and a comment. The drama in Minnesota is about more than just J.J. McCarthy being sidelined against the Bengals. Sure, losing a first-round quarterback is already a heavy blow, but what really worries fans is the pile of injuries tearing entire units apart. In addition to McCarthy, the Vikings will also be without Ryan Kelly, signed to be the anchor of the offensive line, and Justin SKOL, who had been filling in at left tackle. It's like asking the offense to row without a rudder or paddles straight into a brutal current. Carson Wentz will carry that weight in his first start, and the challenge isn't just replacing McCarthy, it's dealing with a fragile, untested offensive line, knowing the opposing defense will zero in on that weakness. Even if Christian Darrisaw is close to returning, the uncertainty around his condition has the fan base holding its breath. Wentz's blind side could easily become Trey Hendrickson's favorite target, a pass rusher who thrives on exploiting cracks in protection. On the other side of the ball, the outlook isn't much brighter. Andrew Van Ginkel, a cornerstone of Brian Flores' defense, is still questionable. Harrison Smith, the soul of the secondary, also isn't guaranteed. That means even with Joe Burrow out for the Bengals, the balance of power isn't exactly in Minnesota's favor. The opponent can exploit those absences on both offense and defense, ramping up the pressure on every single snap. The reality is clear. This is a collective test. It's not just about McCarthy being unavailable. It's about how this roster responds when stars go down one after another. It's about Kevin O'Connell finding tactical answers to patch the gaps. And it's about the fan base understanding that Sunday isn't simply a quarterback showdown, but a battle for survival. When you lose your QB1, your center, and your blindside protector, it's not about improvisation anymore. It's about proving identity. And that's where the expectation grows. Can this team hold the line until McCarthy and other key pieces return? One thing is certain, this game won't just be about football, it'll be about resilience, grit, and proving the Viking spirit never bends to any storm. The Sunday spotlight won't just be on the scoreboard. There's a side battle ready to set the game on fire. Jamar Chase versus Justin Jefferson, two longtime friends now fighting for the NFL's receiving crown. Chase didn't hesitate when asked about the dance that became Jefferson's trademark. He said if Jefferson doesn't like it, that's exactly why he'll break out the gritty right in Minnesota's stadium just to taunt him. Picture it, inside U.S. Bank Stadium, a rival copying the celebration that was born here. It's pure fuel to ignite the crowd, and Chase doubled down. Who knows what I'll do when I hit the end zone more than once? Maybe I'll get fined this week. Who knows? Chase said. And this is way bigger than a dance. The stats place both of them at the very top over the last few years. Jefferson leads the league in receiving yards since entering, Chase is right behind, and both have carried entire offenses on their backs. They won a national championship together at LSU, shared a locker room, trained side by side. Now each is the centerpiece of his own franchise, and this will only be the third time they face off in the NFL. The Bengals won the first two, both nail-biters. For Jefferson, it's not just about individual bragging rights. It's about defending home turf, showing that Minnesota won't let anyone toy with our identity inside our house. For Chase, it's the chance to prove he can still be the number one even without Burrow, with backup Jake Browning throwing to him. On our side, Carson Wentz shoulders the responsibility of feeding Jefferson in a duel the whole football world will be watching. And the tension doesn't stop there. Christian Darrisaw, crucial to protecting against the rival pass rush, is still questionable. If he doesn't suit up, Wentz could be under insane pressure from Hendrickson in his debut. And don't forget, Kelly and SKOL are already ruled out, leaving the line in tatters. That makes every throw to Jefferson even more dramatic, with the opposing defense fully aware of where to strike. But that's where the Viking DNA comes alive. When everything looks stacked against us, that's when challenge turns into spectacle. The fans don't just want to win, they want to see Jefferson answer in kind. Imagine the stadium exploding when our star scores and fires back at Chase. This rivalry isn't just about stats, it's about pride, legacy, and deciding who truly rules among the league's top wide receivers. The storyline took on even more drama this week. While fans were still processing McCarthy's absence and Wentz's debut, the Vikings reinforced the quarterback room, but not the way some expected. Desmond Ridder was officially added to the 53-man roster as the emergency option. But before that, another name came through Minnesota, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR, who many thought Kevin O'Connell could groom. The answer was blunt: no thanks. And that says a lot about the franchise's immediate priorities. DTR had an impressive college resume, gaudy stats, and the speed of a dual threat. But when he actually got his shot in the NFL, it was a disaster. 10 interceptions to just 1 touchdown. Vikings fans know those numbers are a nightmare. Putting him in now would be like throwing gasoline on an already raging fire. O'Connell and the staff went with Ridder, even if his stats are average at best. At least he's proven he can run a system and keep an offense breathing. Here's the kicker. The official line was about needing an experienced emergency QB. But the real message is Minnesota doesn't want to play with fire. With McCarthy down and Wentz starting, the team needs a floor of stability if disaster strikes again. Ridder, with 18 career starts, may not shine, but he's lived through NFL chaos and can manage it. For fans, the move sparks debate. Some see it as a smart safeguard. Others ask why not take a flyer on a raw talent to stash and mold. But this isn't an experimental phase. This is survival mode. O'Connell knows one slip could sink the season. Bottom line, Minnesota doesn't want adventures, it wants consistency. Ridder winning out over DTR in this quiet competition shows the franchise still believes it can compete, even in chaos. The lingering question is whether Ridder, if called upon, could turn the chance into redemption, or confirm he's just a career backup. Amid all the bad injury news, a burst of hope arrives. Ty Felton, the rookie who came in quietly, is now turning heads for something you just can't coach: blazing speed and fearless confidence. He clocked a 4.3740, faster than Jefferson or Addison. That alone makes fans wonder, do the Vikings have a hidden weapon ready to flip games? Special teams coordinator Matt Daniels didn't hold back. He said Felton truly believes he can't be stopped. With that mentality, he lifts everyone around him. Daniels even joked that if you don't put 2 guys on him in coverage, it's layup city, because Felton gets downfield so fast he smothers returners instantly. Fans know how overlooked gunners can be, but a great one can change field position and momentum in a heartbeat. And Felton's resume goes beyond raw speed. At Maryland, he hauled in nearly 100 passes last season, showing he can handle heavy responsibility. He's versatile: punt returner, receiver, and instant impact on coverage units. In a roster wrecked by injuries, he's the kind of unexpected spark who can shift the energy. For Vikings fans worried about depth and frustrated by health issues, watching a rookie emerge like this is pure relief. Picture the Bengals lining up for a return, only for Felton to fly downfield and erase it in seconds. That doesn't just fire up the crowd, it lifts the entire sideline. Proof that even in chaos, there are hungry young players ready to step up. He may not be a headline name yet like Jefferson or Addison, but every contender needs grinders like Felton. Fast, relentless, fearless. And if he carries his practice dominance into Sunday, US Bank Stadium could discover the future is already sprinting full speed. And what other surprises could unfold before the fans' very eyes in this matchup? Carson Wentz steps onto US Bank Stadium with a burden far heavier than just replacing J.J. McCarthy. At 32 years old, after falling from near MVP heights to journeyman status, this could be the defining game of his career. On the other side, the Bengals also missed their franchise quarterback, Joe Burrow, turning to Jake Browning. It's the perfect stage for Wentz to prove he can still lead an offense and show Minnesota he's reliable in this crisis. Never forget his roller coaster career. From almost winning MVP with the Eagles in 2017 to bouncing through the Colts, Commanders, Rams, and Chiefs, Wentz's shine dimmed fast. Now, the talk around the league is blunt. This may be his last shot at proving he deserves a starting job. Alec Lewis of The Athletic didn't mince words, saying this matchup could decide his future. Every throw, every read, every choice will be under the microscope of O'Connell, the staff, and the fan base. And the pressure isn't just external. Wentz knows this offense still runs through Jefferson, and he has to deliver accurate balls even with a patched-up line. If he succeeds, he can steady the ship until McCarthy returns and maybe even spark fresh debate about his career. If he fails, it'll feel like his time as a starter is truly over. It's a razor's edge, redemption or irrelevance. Vikings fans are split. Some believe his experience is exactly what the team needs to stabilize amid chaos. Others fear the ghosts of his past. Rushed throws, bad decisions will resurface and bring heartbreak. But that's the beauty of football. Every snap can flip a narrative. Every drive can rewrite destiny. Sunday is more than Vikings versus Bengals. It's Carson Wentz against time, against his own history, against the doubt hanging over his name, the question hanging in the air. Will he seize this final chance like a true Viking, or let silence become the final word? Minnesota has lived a week of highs and lows that tested not only its players, but the very soul of this roster. The injury list is brutal. The Jefferson-Chase rivalry cranks the tension. The Ritter decision shows caution and chaos, and rookie Ty Felton flashes lightning to energize a battered team. And now Wentz faces what may be his last stand. But none of it matters without you, Vikings fan, the energy that fuels this team. Now is the time to support, to question, to debate, because this journey doesn't end here. Which story grabbed your attention most, and what other moves does this team still need to make? Drop a comment, share this video, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!